few days ago, I was describing growing up in a small town where we had 3 large manufacturing companies to a young man, and it became obvious. He had no understanding of what I was describing. A small town that, for the most part, everyone worked at these facilities, generation after generation. Fathers made a decent salaries whereby mothers could stay home, and they still lived nice middle-class lives. I personally remember how well employees were treated, gifted Thanksgiving turkeys and hams every year. The Christmas parties were all out affairs in upscale locations where women wore beautiful evening gowns and the men wore their best suits, even if you worked in maintenance sweeping the floors. No matter what your personal job was, you felt appreciated and part of the company. And then the decline of the U.S. manufacturing base, particularly since the early 2000s, has been described as a cataclysmic event for the American middle class, leaving not only an economic void, but a severe moral and social hit on communities across the country. The moral and economic results of deindustrialization were devastating for us workers. One, manufacturing jobs historically provided a significant wage premium compared to other non-college educated work. This premium gave working class families access to middle class security, homes, and higher education for their children. The transition of displaced workers into lower paying service sector jobs dramatically reversed this pathway. The loss of these high wage, high benefit jobs is considered a major driver of rising income inequality in the U.S. Median income for working class men fell significantly between 1990 and 2013 as they were forced into lower paying sectors. 2. The moral hit is most visible in the communities that relied on manufacturing. Large factory closures created adverse shocks that sent entire regional economies into a downward spiral, lasting for decades. The reduction in the local tax base forced cuts to essential public services like schools, police, and fire protection. The long-term effects include increases in social issues, including higher crime rates, increases in suicide, and the worsening of the opioid crisis as joblessness and hopelessness took hold. Manufacturing holds a unique place in the economy due to its powerful multiplier effect, which is the core of its power. For every $1 spent in manufacturing, the total impact on the U.S. economy is estimated to be $2.64. For every one worker directly employed in manufacturing, an estimated 4.8 additional workers are supported in the overall U.S. economy, indirectly in supply chains, or induced jobs in local services. Please note that I thoroughly researched the above information. This is why the revival of the sector is seen as vital. It is the best way to rebuild a broad high-wage middle class in the parts of the country that suffered the most. I personally believe that the push to revive manufacturing is heavily rooted in addressing all these past losses, not just for economic or national security reasons. The incentive also goes beyond personal reward to the security of one's family and the ability to pass on a heritage. A diligent worker is praised in the Bible for building a stable future that endures beyond their lifetime. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. It has taken over 30 years to get here. So if you feel like the American dream is dead, hold on, give it a little time. There is hope for our futures, but remember that only Jesus offers us eternal hope. Maranatha.